Precision Turbo and Engine X75ers Hot Rod 1 and 2.
Viene categoría Precision Turbo S275 versus Hot Rod. Carril.
Here we go. Gary White of Orlando, 647. He's currently the 15th spot. Here he's staged. There he goes. 102 short. And Gary White holding down. Top end of the racetrack. 604 at 244. Good lap for Gary White going up to number 13.
Zumba 604, 244 millas por hora para Vecna Racing. Bien, estos son Team Puerto Rico, gente, grita Leo Mayar.
All the pit vehicles moved off the pad, please. All pit vehicles need to be removed from in front of the stage lane. Let's go. Kevin McCurney and Isaiah Rojas.
There's random stuff flying off of things up in here in the... I don't know what that was.
Vamos allá. Mectec Racing por el carril derecho. Isaías Rojas en los controles. Auto que está corriendo en la zona de los 5:58, papá, constantemente.
Here we go.
Y va a ser tremendo duelo en los 5:5. Carril izquierdo también ha corrido en la zona 5:5. Fabián.
Here we go. Kevin McCurdy, number one qualifier, the track ET record holder for a door card 552. Isaiah Rojas has made more 5-second runs in this race than practically anybody. But here we go. Who wants to see Kevin McCurdy get there first? What about Isaiah Rojas from Puerto Rico? Where are my MacTech fans at out there?
You could be ready to witness the fastest side-by-side four-slinger pass in Maryland National Raceway history. Kevin McCurdy on the wheelie bars to the 330. He has to get out of it, though, as Rojas 566 with a 9 and 253.
Wow.
McCurdy was on a pass, though. He was on the wheelie bars all the way past the 330.
Impresionante esa carrera, papá. Tremendo el wheelie para el carril izquierdo. Oye, Hard Racing está que parte. Pero ganando el boricua Isaías Rojas Mectec Racing con 5:66.
Here's Tyler Hard, left-hand side, number 3 overall. Taking on the former NHRA Pro Mod World Champion, that's El General Jose Gonzalez.
Vamos allá, ¿dónde están los dominicanos? Dominicanos en la casa. El general por el derecho. José González, Hard Racing, Tyler Hart por el carril izquierdo, Camaro en ambos carriles.
Left side of the racetrack, the Pro Charge entry of Tyler Hard. That's right, the other side of Hard Racing just watched his teammate carry the front tires past the 330. The 1968 Chevrolet Camaro, 526 cubic inches. And that Pro Charge power, Patrick Barnhill standing back behind, telling his driver what needs to happen here for the guy that he does all the tuning for. Right side of the racetrack, El General Jose Gonzalez. You've heard his name multiple times. He's a champion of just about everything I think he's ever driven just about.
I believe he's maybe won a race in Northeast Alabama Pro Mod. I believe we'll check on that, but he's an NHRA Pro Mod champion. Now let's see if these two should be a good matchup. They're only a thousandth of a second apart as far as their quickest ETs go. But again, Jose Gonzalez, who debuted here the first time in MIR last year, guy who knows this racetrack very well, Tyler Hard. There they go, 9:52, 9:36 shorts, top end of the racetrack. How about it, 5:60 to a 5:57. Put your hands together, MIR. What a beautiful side-by-side run.
Patrick Barnhill and Team Hard are very happy with that one. How about a side-by-side 5 Pro Mod style?
And look at that, Isaias Rojas, he's got bumped down to number 3. It's all hard racing at the top, 1 and 2.
That is very unusual.
My goodness. And we got more.
Nitro-shaded car taking on a turbo car.
Andy Jensen, left-hand side out of Pennsylvania. He was the first ever turbocharged Pro Mod to win a round of competition in IHRA history back in 2009 up at Epping, New Hampshire in New England Dragway. The 2009 North American National up there in New England Dragway. And Andy Jensen. And Mike Nelman, right side, Crofton, Maryland. That's a nitrous oxide injection on racing gas. And Andy Jensen left side the turbo car. Now, the one thing with the turbo car is that he's got a spool-up build boost inside the turbo before he can launch off down the racetrack. All Mike Noman has to do is make sure the nitrous gets turned on via timers, and that's pretty much it, and maybe going through the gears down the racetrack. Some of these Pro Mods do have automatic transmissions, but some of them it's five-gear change. Some of them they have 3-speed power glide, 2-speed power glides.
As you see Michael Nauman there approaching the nitrous there. That 2019 Chevrolet Camaro, 959 cubic inches. As Fabian was just saying, the number 6 man right now is he's going to try to make a full pull here on the quarter mile on the right side of the racetrack, your left side. That is going to be Andy Jensen. And I'll tell you what, he has had issues all year with this machine. Trying to make a full pull here. Lights are going to come down, and here we go. Issues there for Nauman, issues there for Jensen as that thing hit the wheelie bars, and it came down really awkwardly.
The one thing about the wheelie bars, ladies and gentlemen, when the cars take off at the start, and all that weight transfers to the rear of the car, and then the car's riding on the wheelie bars and the rear tires for a little bit, and those wheelie bar height, that kind of determines like, when it unloads the rear tires and brings the front end down. If you have those wheelie bars set too high, that's not good. If you have the wheelie bar set too low, it's a very fine line between too much and too little.
Yeah, so when you see a lot of those crew members go behind the car and they're adjusting wheelie bars, a 32nd of an inch can literally make a run be a PB, a personal best, or an absolute disaster.
Exactly.
I'm made out, Bobby. I'm made out. Dímelo, Johan, la gente de Pica Moto Olimpo están por ahí activos. Dímelo, Coco Marí, por ahí también me dicen los Bleachers, también activo. Mito Tire, ¿dónde anda? Gomera número 1 en Junco, por ahí activo. El Cinchorro en Guabate también activo. Dos Solution. Así que los Renegade vs Modify se están preparando, gente.
Final call for Platinum General Services Pro Street Bikes to lane 9, please. Final call for Platinum General Services Pro Street Bikes to lane 9. Final call for Platinum General Services Pro Street Bikes lane 9 as they are stopped down there with Andy Jensen in the front of the racetrack. We look at it on a replay up here where they lead the line. Those wheelie bars, Andy Jensen carried the front wheels a little bit. He had to roll out of the throttle, and the front end kind of slammed down just a little bit. Once we get the all clear from the MIR safety officials at the far end of the racetrack, we will switch gears and go into Atomizer Racing Injectors, Renegade versus Modified. This is an interesting matchup here because the Bad Banana on the left-hand side, Dylan Voss, that is a Mountain Motor Pro Stock. What a Mountain Motor Pro Stock is, it's 800-plus cubic inches, 5-speed transmission, naturally aspirated, and Mountain Motor Pro Stock was legendary in this part of the country. And I'll tell you what, the first ever all 6-second Mountain Motor Pro Stock field happened here in 1994. And there were times when we had the old legendary Mountain Motor Nationals on a Wednesday night here at MIR. And Jay, I'll tell you what, imagine this. 30-some Pro Stocks show up for an 8-car field on a Wednesday night. And I'll tell you what, and that was the race where really the rule book would get thrown away. There was a bit where Royce would come out there and try to enforce the rules, and somebody would take the rule book from it, either chuck it in the trash, light it on fire. slingshot it into the grandstands. And I think somebody just picked up Royce one here and carried him off the start line. Here is the Bad Banana. Dylan Voss, the car looking a little wounded as he grenaded the hood scoop.
I would say grenaded. I mean, the hood scoop decided to separate from the hood.
He got cleared for takeoff.
That would be better than saying he grenaded a hood scoop, because a hood scoop, for the most part, is still intact. It does have some, tape and a little bit of butter wrap.
It's got some Band-Aids on it.
It is in one piece there for the most part. I'll tell you what, Dylan Voss, this guy has been good so far. He's currently sitting 10th in the field, but this guy has been cutting lights that few have been able to do, and consistently, as he's showcasing his capabilities driving that car and nailing these Pro Tree lights. The 06 Cavalier on the left side of the racetrack, as Fabian was saying, over 800 inches of motors, 828 cubic inches for that machine with Voss wheelie bars, Voss racing power under the hood for him. Andy Menson will be sitting to his right. Andy Manson, the 1996 Pro Charged Mustang out of Manassas, Virginia. As Patrick Barnhill, you see him standing off to the right of the car, poking his head in. As right now, these are your two number 10 and number 13 qualifiers. Manson in the 13th spot, 6:33 with a 2:2:03. As Manson looking at trying to shave off a little bit more ET here. As Dylan Voss, 6:27 with a 3:2:23 for his best pass so far. We'll see if Dylan Voss, the Bad Banana, can go quicker here. Corey Voss out there getting him lined up. Telling his driver, we will see you later, bud.
Viene aún más arriba, ambos autos han corrido la zona de los 6-2 y 6-3 en la categoría Renegade vs Modify. Aquí en la última ronda de cualificación. Atomizer Racing Injector.
That's right, Atomizer Racing Injector, Renegade versus Modified on track here, left side. Voss smokes the tires and waiting on Andy Manson. Manson with a pass coming together. Top of the racetrack, the Mustang with a 6:32.0 at 2:11. So he'll go just a little bit quicker, but much faster, though, on the mile-an-hour aspect. As Dylan Voss will just coast on down the racetrack. It looks like he will make first turn.
Vamos allá, Rotary Power por el carril derecho. Dímelo, cabezón, dímelo, cabezón.
So Andy Manson will move himself up one spot there after that run. As your next pair going to be coming up here. And it's going to be Murphy, Mike Murphy, left side, the 09 Cobalt, 632 cubic inches nitrosated power. And Coral Springs, Florida, currently sitting on the bump spot. 655 with a 3 at 198. Needs to put a pass together, get off the bump, as there are quite a few drivers sitting behind him who will be duking it out for that last spot. El Bruto, right side, Abraham Ramos, the 07 Mazda out of Philadelphia. He's on the outside looking in right now. Number 19 qualifier, 691.0 at 205 miles an hour, as he finally starts to get that Mazda backed up here.
Vamos allá, el auto número 16, papá, por el carril izquierdo, Mike Murphy, el bruto, Abraham Ramos, en los controles, a rayo, spray para el pelo en el sistema de nitroso por el carril izquierdo. Wilber Performance, a cargo de el bruto. Viene que está gastando el spray, aprovecha eso. Si no te echaste spray para el pelo, este tiene de sobra.
As both of these drivers going to be into the cars forward, as Murphy they line into the beams here by Corey Voss.
Right now, Mike Murphy is on the bubble at 6:55.3, and Abraham Ramos, 6:91. There is best pass. He's got to go quicker than a 55.3 to get in, or his World Cup finals will end right here.
El Bruto right side, Murph their left side. Lights are going to be now cut. The light is going to be Murph. Little sideways out there is going to be El Bruto. Murph top of the racetrack. He's going to go a 6:56.4. So he's not going to improve. The mile an hour is better, though, at 2:14.
And Abraham Ramos will not qualify for the World Cup finals.
So right now, Murph is going to be the man on the bumble spot, and he is going to be nervous now for the rest of this qualifying session.
That he is, and I'll tell you what, looking at the list, there's a ton of him in right now.
El Bruto queda fuera de la ronda de cualificación del World Cup Final. Será para el 2023.
Real quick, Daryl Lucas and Jessica Conrad, you are needed at the main gate, please. Daryl Lucas and Jessica Conrad, you are both needed to the main gate. Daryl Lucas and Jessica Conrad, you are both needed to the main gate, please.
And how about this one? Tim Essick and Brown Sugar. He's a former winner of the Ozark World Cup Finals, and a guy, he loves the World Cup Finals. When he couldn't make it, last year, we were still coming out of the COVID situation.
Vamos allá, Met Adit en la posición número 18, buscando cualificar. Entrando hasta el momento con 6-6. Vamos a ver si mejora ese numerito desde South Africa. Carril izquierdo, Team Exit. Vamos allá, Mota.
The local man on the far side of the racetrack, Brown Sugar, Tim Essick, and the home-built Mustang Pro Charger onboard fuel tank and atomizer racing injectors. As you see, Dan the Man Whetstone will be lining them up into the pre-stage beams here. Right side of the van from South Africa, Ian Repsold, and that 2009 IS2 JZ Power out of Florida. Outside looking in here. Ian Repsold will need to swing for the fence in order to try to make the field. Will he be able to do it? Can he bump Murph out? Lights are going to be down. He's going to pass. Could he do it? Repsold top end of the racetrack. 6:58 with a 4. He's going to miss it by 0.03 of a second, but he will set a new personal best. But a heartbreak moment for Ian Repsold. He is not going to make the field in the Meth Addict.
Oh, man, I'll tell you, he really swung for the fence, and I believe knocked out of the park is not quite enough. But I'll tell you what, regardless, I really think Ian's going to say, you know what? A 6:58.4, my personal best. I still had a great World Cup.
Almost every single pass was better than the next, and I think something has to be said for that. Ian Repsold, I want to let you know that your guys are going to be cheering you on regardless.
As are both of us.
Man, I'll tell you what, I love this guy. I'm hoping he'll be back next year, and I'm hoping that he will be able to qualify. And knowing him, it's not going to be from lack of effort.
Definitely, for sure. Tim Essick going to lock down the number 3 spot right now. Here's Edgardo Ortiz and in import DPS and Jose Colon, the X-Men machine. Now, both these two guys are outside looking in. They're going to go 6:55 with a 3. And the X-Men car, he's not going to do a 6:65, but Edgardo Ortiz, he needs a lot of help. He's got to swing for the fence. He's got to go, and he's got to go right now.
Import DPS por el carril izquierdo, Javier Ortiz, el Rolex de Filadelfia, el speech más completo de Philip. El X-Men por el derecho, Josian Colón. Ambos autos están buscando cualificar en la posición número 16. Vamos a ver. Rotores versus pistones. La gente de RJ Automotive respaldando los Nissan.
The X-Men entry their right side. The RX-7 1991 body style 13B series motor out in front. Edgardo Ortiz left side of the 240 S6 import DPS going to be on board. We'll see if either one of these two will be able to make the field, or will they be done here in 2022 at the Haltech World Cup Finals, import versus domestic. Pre-stage beams are going to be on for both drivers here. Ortiz will line it in first. Colon going to roll it in second. Lights are going to come down. There goes import DPS. That's not going to be enough. And that is a horrible leave, and that will not cut it. Wait for the X-Men machine. The timer has not yet started. The car has cut off. You see him trying to refire it up. Starter Jimmy Howard is saying no. No, back the car up. Both of their dreams of making the 2022 Haltech World Cup Finals presented by Weisco are going to be dashed. Ortiz doesn't really leave at all. It's very lazy, and the X-Men machine doesn't even leave the starting line.
Man, I'll tell you what, both these guys definitely went for it, but just not meant to be here this year for you drivers. So, like I said, the clock does not start until the car breaks the guard beam out there. But unfortunately, there is a certain amount of time you have before the starter can use his authority to back you out, and that's what happened. So, unfortunately, Edgardo Ortiz and Jose Colon, neither one will qualify for the World Cup Finals.
There are still a couple cars outside looking in. and have not yet made a run, and there's 2 of them on here that I'm keeping an eye on, so we'll see what they will be able to do.
Ooh, I think I know the 2 you're talking about. All right, so here we go. Next pair up, it'll be Carl Top Dog Brunet out of Naperville Dragway in Quebec, Canada, and the Black Diamond Machine right inside. Now, these 2 could potentially face each other round 1 tomorrow morning.
This famous star looking at me after he finished talking as I'm sitting there trying to chug a thing of water here.
Uy, se le salió el zapato, grítale, 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 grítale.
Carl Top Gun Burnett, left side of the racetrack, the 2011 Pontiac GXP out of Canada, 4 cylinders of power out in front. Fuel Tech Liberty Gear going to be on board for the current number 2 qualifier. 606 with a 5. Currently there on the Coors Light side is your right side. That's going to be the Black Diamond Machine, the 2007 TC Black Diamond. He'll be wheeled by Guillermo Mejas Jr. Currently the number 15 car needs to move up in order to be comfortable to make the field. He is 1 spot away from not making the show here.
Vamos allá, Carl Brunet, Toco, Canadá en la casa, papá, Ecotec debajo del bonete. Guillermo Mejía Jr. por el derecho, Black Diamond, 2JC.
Here we go, Carl Brunet locked into the field. Black Diamond car flirting on the edge there.
Black Diamond, Top Gun. Black Diamond's going to roll it in first. Top Gun in second. Lights are going to come down, and Top Gun's going to smoke the tires. Black Diamond's going to put a pass together, though. Top of the racetrack, the TC 650 with a 6. At 218, he will stay in the number 15 spot there. He will go 2 thousandths better on that run than his best pass, but he will not advance anywhere on the leaderboard. Next pair going to be coming up here, the JR Yoshi Racing Machine coming up on the left side of the racetrack. The wheelman here for this one, that is going to be Irvin Saez, the 2021 S2K, 4 cylinders of power sitting in front of the man out of Puerto Rico. He's currently sitting 11th spot, and I think he'll be okay there with a 632.0. That's really been the only time he's been able to get down the racetrack. As Polizzo Yamil Negron here on the right side of the racetrack, the 04 RX-8.
Vamos allá, Yoshi Racing por el carril izquierdo, Piston Power, motor Honda por el carril izquierdo. El Pilito por el carril derecho, Yamil Tech en la casa, Yamil Negrón. La gente de JCG Construction reconstruyendo a Puerto Rico, respaldando.
Starter Jimmy Howard pointing him in vehemently. All right, that's long enough. Now, you do have a certain, again, there's no rules that you have to stage first, but you do have to adhere to the starter's instructions. And starter Jimmy Howard giving him the count. If he does not get up there with a certain amount of time, starter Jimmy can back him out. And he's pointing him in vehemently. You got to get in now.
Vamos allá, la gente de Innovation Truck Service respaldando el Pilito. Vamos arriba, hay que meterle gente.
Yeah, Starter Jimmy Howard was like, dude, you've had enough time. He points back over to the side and said, hey, you're good to go. Stage when you are ready. As pre-stage beams on, going to be for the RX-8. Outside looking in. Best run so far, 692.4. Bump spot on the board at 655. Got a 3 on the end of it. The RX-8 will go into the full stage lights, and here comes the S2000. Going to the full stage beams here. Lights are going to come down. Barely stage is going to be Negron. The RX-8 trying to see if he can put it together. Has to keep his foot in it. Top of the racetrack. 686 with a 2. Not going to make the field. The team, though, however, will be happy, as that is the best run so far of the weekend for them, but they are not going to qualify here for the Atomizer Racing Injectors Renegade versus Modify.
6.86 para el Pilito. Se retira del World Cup Final por el weekend de hoy.
Here comes your number 4 and number 21 qualifiers currently as they run Lethal Injection. Coors Light side of the racetrack, that is Bill Luce, the 67 Chevrolet Blown Camaro, 521 cubic inches of power with Haltech, Liberty Gears, CIE Performance, and out front fuel all on board here for the man out of Ohio. Second lanes, 1 and 2 to suit up, please. 1 and 2, suit up, 1 and 2, suit up. Right side of the racetrack, that is going to be Karma. Joe Mara Gomez out of Puerto Rico. The RX-8 outside looking in for that 13B Series motor. Will Karma be able to put the run together here to make the field here on the Napa side?
Vamos ya, el Karma, gente, por el carril derecho. Jomar Gómez, el Undertaker en los controles por el derecho. Moncho Performance. Osotec en la programación por el Karma, buscando cualificar. El auto de Bill Luz cualificando número 4 con 6.12. Vamos a ver si el Karma se mete al juego. Viene, mueve esa bandera, Boricua, mueve esa bandera. Take out your camarita, papá. Carrerita buena, saca la camarita.
Will Karma be able to make the field into the full stage lights? There goes Bill Lutz. Here comes Karma. Karma getting all kinds of squirrely out there. Karma's not going to make the field here.
Wow. Otro auto más de Boricua queda fuera del juego. El Karma.
As it looks like got a surprise. Leaves up on the start line, so they're working on trying to get those blown off right now.
Warrior versus 3/4, vayan bajando los carriles. También categoría X275 versus Hot Rock. Vayan bajando los carriles. Pro Street Bike al carril número 9, pónganse ready.
As we work on getting those leaves blown off, we'll try to go back live here in just a couple of minutes. Shouldn't take too long before we can send the next pair down the racetrack here. As I heard starter Jimmy Howard say, give me a pair. That means we are good to go. We're going to fire them back up here. And we'll send Wasabi in the Trino Mobile 1 machine. Wasabi, the wheelman Eric Leferrier, the 97 Supra out of Cypress, Texas, the Hemi-powered machine, currently sitting 8th in the field. Jose Gonzalez back driving his car here on the right side of the racetrack. That he's been dubbed the Q80 entry machine. General Racing going to be on the side, of course, Mobile 1, Atomizer Racing Injectors also. The right side, 1986 Toyota Corolla, 2 JZ Power.
Vamos allá, los glanceados de República Dominicana apoyando, ya tú sabes, al duro de allá, Isidoro de Los Santos por el carril derecho, Trueno Móvil es lo que hay. Carril izquierdo, Eric Lafayette. Toyota Supra por el carril izquierdo, Toyota 1006 por el carril derecho. Vamos pa' bicha, vamos pa' bicha. Vacile. Dímelo Isidoro, dímelo Isidoro. Trueno Móvil es lo que hay. El número no se ve de Major League, no se ve el número. El Major League no se ve el número.
As we wait to go into the pre-stage lights, the Super there left side of the racetrack, the 1986 Corolla here on the Napa side. As pre-run checks look like they're complete, Eric LaFerriere will go into the pre-stage lights. And Jose Gonzalez will now do the same. LaFerriere will bump it in first. Jose Gonzalez will bump it in second. Lines are going to come down. We are clean and green both sides. Eric LaFerriere carried the tires out there twice. And Jose Gonzalez top end, 6:19.0, 2:23. And the team is absolutely excited for that run. 223 miles an hour. That'll bump himself up to the number 6 spot. As Wasabi.
Dímelo Isidoro, dímelo Isidoro, dímelo Isidoro. De Los Santos, Trueno Móvil es lo que hay, 6:19. Para el carril. Vamos allá, Major League Racing por el carril derecho, gente. Uno de los querendones de Puerto Rico, papá. La escudería de Mikey Performance, Betún Performance, Gaby Chassis en los ajustes. Don Frappé, Don Maceta respaldando el Major League. Vamos allá. Florito en los controles.
Star Jimmy Howard letting Major League Flores know that he is going to be going down on a solo run here as the RX-8 there on the right side of the racetrack. And Puerto Rico, the 13B Series motor in the field in that 14th spot. Pre-stage beams on here for the Flores machine. Full stage lights are going to be down, and here we go, looking for a solid run here. Little Diamond out there with an RX-8, top of the racetrack, 6:28 with a floor at 2:20. Crew happy with that. That is the best pass of the weekend for them.
Zumba 6:28, papá, para el Major League con 1:01, los 60 pies, 4:0 al octavo de milla. Florito se la dejó caer, y de qué manera, papá, con 220 millas. Dímelo, cabezón.
As Flores will move himself up to the number 11 spot here in qualifying. And that will conclude the Atomized Racing Injectors Renegade versus Modified Qualifier. Coming up next.
Subiendo a la posición número 11, Major League, estaba número 14, ahora se pone esto mejor, así que vamos arriba. Oye, gente, los carritos de golf, por favor, en el área de los vendors no pueden estar permitidos. En el área de los vendors, los carritos de golf, scooter, no se permiten por la zona de los vendors. Están causando un tráfico chévere con el público que está presente y caminando.
There are 0 golf carts or pit vehicles allowed on the vendor midway. Again, no golf carts or pit vehicles allowed on the vendor midway. It is a foot traffic only area. Once again, no pit vehicles allowed in the vendor midway. Racers, please ensure that if you are changing the oil out of the motor, make sure that you're putting it in one of the oil dumps.
street or strip, prep or no prep, bracket killer or heads up warrior. It feels great to eliminate your competition. Demand the best in suspension and cooling components. Demand AFCO.
For more than 25 years, ProCharger has made the most powerful, reliable, and advanced supercharger kits on the market. More than 100 national championships in the last 15 years and thousands of wins at the racetrack, there's only one choice. Best-in-class performance on the street with the broadest product selection available, including 50 state legal systems. ProCharger. Invented, engineered, and built in the USA. "60 years of innovation, 60 years of attention to detail, 60 years of rigorous testing under race conditions is what makes ATI Performance Products great." ATI has been helping racers like you reach the finish line first. Today, we manufacture a wide range of high-performance parts that are track-tested and race-proven. We're passionate about performance, and that passion is what drives you to the finish line first. See everything ATI has to offer at ATIRacing.com.
We drive innovation. We drive power. Because practice makes perfect. Pushing the envelope and making it count. Giving you more help and support than anyone in the business. Broken records and winner's circles fuel us to get back to the drawing board. See why more and more people are posting Fuel Tech everywhere.
All right, that's enough of that. You folks over there in Suite 103, none of you saw that. All right, but here we go. Let's get down to business here.
Fabo, we about to get into it. Y'all already know this is my favorite class. You already know. The two-wheel monsters of the XDA.
As Curtis Brown is stalled, has not yet started the bike. Now, here's the deal. A lot of times, Giovanni, the riders will look at each other, see what James Watt did. They'll look at each other, try to do the burnouts at the same time, sort of like a thing of sportsmanship.
It's a courtesy.
Exactly. So they got the bike started. So Curtis has to go a 680 with a 4 to get in. There we go. James Watt over the left side. He's right now in at a 670. And I got to believe the only one, I would say Rodney, Dunnigan, Shaker, Wallace locked in. I mean, this might be Rodney. He's in 630, so of course he's in.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Curtis Brown on the right side of Daytona Beach, Florida. The Oreo bike.
That's a mean rap dog.
It is. I'm loving this thing. He's outside looking in right now. So if Curtis Brown does not qualify, then Rodney, Dunnigan, Shaker, Wallace, and Darian Payne would be locked in to the field. As Curtis Brown, they're backing him out. But here's the thing. He has until the end of the class to get it fixed. He did not take the tree. Keep that in mind. He did not take the tree, so he has until the end of the class, and James Waugh strikes the tire, so he will stay number 7. Which means Rodney, Dunnigan, Shaker, Wallace, they're pretty much locked in because James Waugh, he will either be number 7, 8, 9, or 10, no higher. As here we go, next pair, Jordan Haas and the cranky race machine, Darian Payne. Now, if Jordan Haas gets in, that will bump out Jamie Lopes. If Jordan doesn't get in, then James Waugh would become locked into the field.
And mind you, Darian Payne is at his home.
He definitely is, and they're carrying the bike back for Curtis Brown, and that does not look too good.
Darian Payne, better known as Nanu. That's what we call him.
Yeah, Nanu.
Going up against Jordan Haas. This should be interesting. Here we go. Get him in the beams.
Here we go. Jordan Haas and Darian Payne. There they go. Lights are down. Darian Payne, 115 short. Top end of the racetrack. Darian Payne, a 670. 215 miles an hour for Darian Payne. Jordan Haas does not qualify, that 893. So that means that James Waugh, Darian, Ricky Wood, Greg Wallace, Shaker, Dunnigan, and Wilvert are locked in. At this point in the day, Jerron, we're not just in the bike category, but all across the board. You may see more drivers shaking the tires loose. They're really swinging the fence to try to get into this field.
I mean, they're laying everything down right now. They're trying to make it happen for real. So I don't blame them, but at the same time, you got to also be ready to tune for the track, not just the person in the other lane.
Absolutely. So here we go. Justin Shaker, left-hand side, Manchester, Connecticut, 654.
And Greg Wallace out of Timberlake, North Carolina.
I believe Curtis Brown is backed all the way out. I believe that would set the field. Greg Wallace, the speed record holder over there at a Timberlake, North Carolina, on the right-hand side. He is number 4. It's at a 236-mile-per-hour record again this race a year ago.
Here we go.
And they both. And Dave Shaker strike tires. Look at Greg Wallace, 118 short. Top end of the racetrack, a 735, 149. He gets out of it.
He had to lift. It was raising up on him. He had to get out of it. Smart race.
Absolutely. So Shaker will stay number 3 as he stops just after before the Christmas tree. Wallace will stay number 4. Here is Jamie Lopes, who's on the bubble, and Jamie, if Curtis Brown can't make it, Jamie's in. And he's not done the burning. I'm waiting for Shaker to get out of the way. That's Jason Dunnigan over here on the right-hand side of the racetrack. Jamie Lopes, originally from the Caribbean. He's the only bike here this weekend that's not a Hayabusa. The only one. That's a Gixxer 1000 over the left-hand side of the racetrack.
And do not sleep on the 1Ks. Even though this is a predominant Busa class, the 1Ks are making a real heavy comeback.
And you know who really made a statement in the class and that wasn't on a Hayabusa when he first did it? Yeah. Frankie Stotts, maybe he was on that Honda.
Absolutely.
Here we go. Jamie Lopes, left side, number 8. Jason Dunnigan, number 2.
Will he keep the front wheel down?
I think that's been Dunnigan's Achilles heel, not just this weekend, but this season, keeping that front end down. Remember, he is one of the taller riders in the class. Here we go. There goes Dunnigan. 115 short for Dunnigan. Front wheel stays down. Top end. 6:53. Look at the speed, 230 miles an hour. He'll stay number 2. Jamie goes 6:76 to go and stay number 8.
I know DME is happy with that.
Oh, yeah, definitely sure. So here's our final pair. Ricky Wood, who's in the 5 spot, taking on the man.
The GOAT.
Rodney Williford out of North Carolina. He won the championship this year. He tried to become the first rider ever to win the World Cup Finals in the bike category twice.
Back to back.
Well, twice in general. Nobody's ever won it twice. Ryan Smith did it in 2018, Teasley in 19, Rodney last year. And we didn't have a World Cup Finals in 2020.
Due to COVID.
Due to, that mess. Yeah. As,
Will Rodney shop World Cup right here, right now?
All right, so here we go. Ricky Wood, Rodney Williford. Let's do this. Rodney struggled. And here, Ricky Wood had to pedal down there a couple of times. And he's going to ride it on through to a 7:04, 201. But I think a lot of these guys, this being their final qualifying, said they take more chances. Say, okay, I want to lay a number on the board, and it just didn't really, only one that really got on the racetrack, done again.
But that's something different, though. I never seen Rodney normally take the regular groove. He normally takes the outside groove. In this particular pass, he didn't do that.
Trying something.
I mean, maybe he was trying something, but obviously now you see that that's
that would
not
be
it.
the time to do it. You already got number 1 locked down. I mean, that'd be the time to do it. But as we're going to go into the final qualifying session of X35 versus Hot Rod, brought to you by the good folks at Precision Turbo and Engine. And Javon, thanks for joining me up here in for the First Street Bikes. I'm sure he'll be hanging out with us the rest of the way. He's going to be up there for that adult costume contest with me on 7 o'clock tonight. As let's go, X35 versus Hot Rod. Now, this is interesting. Craig Walls on the left side, 678 to 11. Larry Ramneth in Orange Chicken. So Orange Chicken over there on the right-hand side, Higgins. He is on the outside looking in, and that's just two things you don't put together. Larry Ramneth and outside looking in final qualifying.
Yeah, Ramneth has been struggling all weekend long. A 933.7 has been the best he's been able to muster with that car, so we're curious to see what this 2JZ powered machine can do here with the Howtech JC Race Car Extreme Motorsports Dragger National all going to be on board here. We'll see if the man out of Florida's Craig Wall struggling down there in the water box.
Craig Wall's struggling down there as the Larry Ramneth 933 with a 7. And they're telling him, all right, he's got to go forward now and stage the car.
Craig Walls is essentially pretty much, I think, locked into the field at this point, 678 with an 8.211. So he's currently sitting in the number 6 spot. However, Larry Ramneth is the one to keep it on outside looking in. The car named Orange Chicken, we'll see what it will be able to do here as he's going to go into the pre-stage beams. Everything will ride on this one run here for Larry Ramneth on the Napa side of the racetrack. Both drivers going to go into the pre-stage lights. Will Larry Ramneth swing for the fence and put this car in the field?
He's going to have to.
Going to blow the tires off and not going to make it? Larry Ramneth with a very easy launch top end of the racetrack. Is it going to be enough? Oh, a puff of smoke at the 1,000 foot. And he's going to go 7:54.5. However, right now that 7:54.5 may be enough to put him into the show.
All right, so Craig Walls, number 6, and Orange Chicken goes to the 15th spot. Ron Rosie, with his first ever 6-second ride earlier this week, is in the 5 spot, and Eric Hendricks, number 3. So Ron Rose, 68 Camaro, Townsend, Delaware. Lock Haven, Pennsylvania is Eric Hendricks on the right side. Eric Hendricks in the Mustang.
How about Ron Rhodes' left side of the racetrack? The legendary X275 driver out of Towson, Delaware, with the Schmadium Block nitro-seated machine on leaf springs there. Mickey Thompson tires, Ross Pistons, AMS 2000, BES power, baby, RPM transmissions. Right side, that is Outlet, Eric Hendricks, 1990 Mustang, UPR Aerospace Pro Torque, as he is going to just strike the tires, but there goes Ron Rhodes. Top of the racer, Camaro 675 at 207 miles an hour. He'll have a quicker ET than his best here at a 678.5 at 207. I believe that, baby man, is the best, personal best for Ron Rhodes on the quarter mile.
Yes, it is. As I need JPC Street Fighter to 5 and 6, please. JPC Street Fighter 5 and 6. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, to operate anything with wheels here at Maryland International Raceway, you must have a valid driver's license, be a minimum of 16 years of age, no exception. You must be a minimum of 16 years of age with a valid driver's license to operate anything with wheels here, and that is no exceptions, non-negotiable. If you're caught operating anything with wheels here, you could be asked to leave. So please, if you don't have a driver's license or you're under 16, don't operate anything. Plain and simple. As let's go, Derek Modi, number 2 qualifier, 6:58.0. Carbone in the MPH fabrication machine at North Haven, Connecticut, currently 14th. And Derek Modi, number 2, driving Manny Bajenga's Lil Red car. And this car again won X275 at No Mercy 13 this past Sunday.
Derek Boda has done a great job at driving this thing, by the way, this weekend. I don't think enough is being said about that here. This 2009 Mustang on the Napa side. He's sitting number 2 in the field, 658.0 at 211 miles an hour. And I don't know if this is the first time in his car, but I can tell you that he's not getting out at least this weekend.
Until Manny takes it back.
As Mike Carbone, left side of the racetrack, Derek Boda, right side of the racetrack. Both drivers in the full stage lights. Lights are going to be down, hooking and booking both sides of the racetrack. See you later, Derek Boda. Top of the racetrack, the Mustang 659 with a 3, 207 miles an hour. As Carbone will go 9-10 with a 1 at 142.
A good solid run for Derek Boda. Will stay in number 2 spot behind Gary White Titan Motorsports machine, and Mike Carbone will stay number 14. Bomb spot is 769.0. Our next pair up will be Green Goblin Brady Johnson. Again, he's like one of the mainstays at this race out of Sarasota, Florida. The 2013 GT86, 13th of the 736, and Jose Morales out of Davenport, Florida, number 4 qualified, 675 at 210 miles per hour in that 85 RX-7. Need lanes 3 and 4 to suit up, please. 3 and 4 suit up.
Then at Greatness Racing, sticky lanes 1 and 2, please. Greatness Racing, stick shift, lanes 1 and 2, please. Greatness Racing, stick shift, lanes 1 and 2. Again, Greatness Racing, stick shift, the 1 and 2. As here we go to Jesus Jose Morales, right side of the racetrack, RX-7, left side, the Goblin. Brady Johnson, the GT86, sitting 13th in the field. Will this car hook up? Will it be able to go? There goes Morales. Nice little pass coming together from an RX-7. Top of the racetrack, 685 with a 1 at 210 miles an hour is Brady Johnson. I don't know what is going on with that car, but it is continuing to give him fits.
Mira, vamos arriba, gente. Categoría X275 versus Hot Rod. Tremendo carrerón que viene ahora en esta ronda de cualificación, papá. Ian Racing por el carril derecho. Yomar Gómez, el Undertaker en los controles. Labojinki por el carril izquierdo. Stanley Stone Chassis en ambos carriles. R7 por el derecho, Stanley por el izquierdo. Camilo Baboni en los controles. El Cinchorro en Guabate respaldando a la Boyinki. Y Sangría Tres Reyes. Una pechuguita rellena en la madre, papá. A lo coqueto. Ya tú sabes, las pechugas allí.
Double Jiggy Racing, left side of the racetrack. That is going to be the Velez entry, the 82 Starlet out of Florida. Right now sitting in the number 8 spot, right side of Ian Racing, Jomar Gomez. Both of these drivers pretty much locked in the field here in X275 versus Hot Rod. Brought to you by Precision Turbo and Engine.
Oye, gente, si quieres ver el tremendo carrerón, saca la camarita que esta es buena.
I need all golf carts moved out of the staging lanes, please. All golf carts out of the staging lanes. All golf carts out of the staging lanes. Gomez right side, Velez left side. Both drivers hooking up, hooking and booking. There goes Gomez, top of the racetrack. 694 with a 192 miles an hour there for Jomar Gomez in that RX-7. Velez will coast it on down to a 1345 to it, only 51 miles an hour.
Oye, gente, todos los carritos de golf que está aquí al frente de la torre, hay que moverle. Los carritos de golf que están en la parte de atrás de la torre, los carritos de golf que están en la parte de atrás de la torre, hay que moverlo. Vamos ya. La Cherry por el carril derecho, Harold Gómez en los controles con el respaldo de la buena gente de campo en Calle. Se come bien en de campo. La gente de Naomi, Toyo Glide por el carril izquierdo. Oye, la gente de Top Solution activo en los bleachers. Ya tú sabes que tienen el blue activo.
Left side of the racetrack, the 1973 Corolla out of Dover, Pennsylvania, Naomi Racing Zone. Angel Matthias here, the number 16 qualifier. He is the bump spot right now. Let's Cherry, right side of the racetrack. Harold Gomez, that 1983 Starlet 13B Series powder out of Puerto Rico. Outside looking in right now. Your number 18 man. His best has been a 12:15 with a 5. Can he go quicker to get himself into the show?
Oye, la Cherry buscando entrar al juego, papá. Vamos a ver. El Bon, el 769.
Red lights don't matter here. A lot of smoke coming out of the Gomez machine. Top of the racetrack. Matias at the finish line. 7:48 with an 8. That'll help him now to try to lock him into the field. Crew fairly happy with that one for the most part as I'm hearing debris out of the racing surface. I'll tell you what, LeCherry out there looking like a little freight train out there, all that smoke.
Había para repartir pinchos de pollo, de carne, de todos lados ahí, de cerdo, con el humentín que zumbó ahora mismo sin querer la Cherry, papá. Quedando fuera del World Cup Final, aquí en Maryland International Raceway. Así que vamos a verificar los carriles. Mira, pusieron hasta a llorar a las modelos de World Cup. No llore, que aquí... Chacho, aquí está mucha gente que te van a ayudar a sacar las penas. ¡Es verdad, es verdad! Vacile. Seguimos activos. Oye, recuerda pasar por la carpa de Willy Monster Shirt. Tienen también camisas de chinchorreo para todos esos boricuas latinos que están activos. Tienen camisas de mate, R7, R3 activo, camisas de chinchorreo. Tienen mucha variedad de artículos para la venta en la carpa de Willy Monster Shirt. Así que no te quedes sin la tuya.
All right, let's check the racetrack here, make sure everything is A-OK. Before we get ready for the restart.
Dímelo, Joan Pica Motor, por ahí activo. ¿Qué está pasando? Easy Precision Balance, y por ahí activo también los Duren Balanceo Motores. Así que seguimos activos aquí en World Cup Final, última ronda de cualificación. Uy, las modelos están fit, pero se están mandando ahí 4 hot dogs. Con todo ahí, ya tú sabes. Pan y todo. Así que seguimos activados, gente. Recuerda seguirme en mis redes sociales como el Coqueto Locutor, saludando a mi panita Jimmy Reyes, que ha comido también más que nada. Vamos allá, mi panita Chupatec, Jesús Meléndez, en la mía Marí por el derecho. Hasta el momento cualificando número 10 con 7:19. Carril izquierdo. Juni Race, boricua en la casa, papá de Sidra. Juan Nieves, vecino, como le dice mi panita Alan Román. ¿Dónde está Alan Román? Dímelo. ¡Y Puerto Rico! Vamos allá. Mazda GLC versus Toyota Starlet.
Here you go, Juan Nieves, Jesus Melendez, 80 GLC and the 83 Starlet. There you go, a couple old school cars back from before I was born.
Viene, saca la camarita que está buena.
Here we go. Here, side by side, Mendez pulling away, top of the racetrack. 696, 198 to a 744. 170, Davis going to stay number 12. Melendez moves up a spot number 9 and puts his 9 cars in the 6-second zone.
Oye, subiendo la posición número 9. Dímelo, Rudy, el bloque, dímelo. Activo. 6-9 para la mía Marí. Vamos allá, el sangre por el carril izquierdo y roto el mático por el carril derecho, proyecto de Boricua. Arecibo en la casa con José Román, Juanchi y Jan en los controles por el sangre.
On the line is left side and rotor mático, José Román. A 13B automatic transmission on the right-hand side of the racetrack. Probably one of the very few automatic 13Bs. He's been a 690, and right now he's number 11 at a 721. Number 10 qualifier 709. On the left side, that's Juan Alanis out of Williamsburg, Virginia, in his 85 RX-7.
Vamos allá, Moncho Performance, chúpate que la programación y Gaby Yassi en los ajustes por el roto mático.
Here we go. Top into the racetrack. How about it? How about it? How about it? 705 at 195.
Y a rayete 705, 195 millas para el roto mático, papá, utilizando transmisión automatiquín. Dímelo, José Román, padre, dímelo. NC Transmission en Arecibo, los muchachos. Tremendo tours, siguen los muchachos, así que pendiente a la página de Stream Draft Photo que está haciendo la cobertura del team roto mático.
Solid run there to move. They pretty much swap places, numbers 10 and 11. As we're going to do a little touch over at McLeod Racing, Warriors versus Tres Cuarto coming up next.
Esta categoría también promete, gente. Última ronda de cualificación para Warriors versus Tres Cuartos. Hay muchos leones que todavía están afuera, gente, en esta categoría que están buscando cualificar. Dímelo, Mandy, que andan por ahí los muchachos con las Michelos activados, las Butch activos. Ball live, brother.
Yeah, what he said. All right. Reminder, ladies and gentlemen, if you are flying a drone that has not been authorized by Maryland International Raceway or Miller Brothers Productions, You must land it now. Again, if you are flying a drone that has not been authorized by Maryland International Raceway or Miller Brothers Productions, you must land it and not fly it unless you've been given authorization.
No matter what you race, how you drive, or how much power you make, Brisk spark plugs power it all. Cutting-edge technology, patented designs, superior performance.
I love Brisk spark plugs.
Whether you're in sportsman front-wheel drive or pro modified, find the spark you've been missing.
Need total engine control? Haltech's got you covered. Need full vehicle management? Haltech's got you covered. Need a power distribution system? Haltech's got you covered. Need digital data display? Haltech's got you covered. Want reliable, easy to use EFI accessories? Haltech's got you covered. For more great deals and great products, go to haltech.com. Haltech, empowering automotive passion since 1986.
Strength, durability, and repairability are just a few factors that make Brodix the best in the industry. From groundbreaking ideas to record-breaking performance, Brodix has 4 generations of precision metal casting experience and real-world testing, which equals one thing: the best quality and performance in the business. When you purchase Brodix products, you purchase quality. Brodix, the leader in cylinder head technology for over 50 years.
Hot Shot Secret, powered by science.
Are you giving me another shot at this?
I'm gonna give you another shot. Matter of fact, I'm coming with you. You ready?
Actually, I gotta find the microphone. All right, all right, let's try this one more time, left-hand side. Don't let me down now. All right, the count of 3. Uno.
Dos.
Come on, there you go.
Dale, eso viene un aplauso, un aplauso, un aplauso.
That wasn't too bad.
Okay.
That
Now
wasn't too bad.
Let's try the right-hand side from in here.
From in here. So
From in
okay,
here.
okay. All right. So pit side. Pit side. I need y'all attention. All right. I need y'all attention. Now y'all see the grandstands. Y'all see the grandstands. Now I have the pit side. So y'all know what we about to do, right? Now, starting from the tower, going down towards the scoreboard, we're gonna do the wave. All right? This is grandstand versus pit side. And I know my pit side gonna hold me down. All right? My pit side gonna hold me down. Y'all ready, pit side? We going against the grandstands. A lot more people, but I think we got a lot more flavor on this pit side. Y'all ready? Starting from the tower. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Let me get that wave.
Oh, Oh, Lord, I just lost $5.
How about that pit side, baby? Grandstands, got to be more careful. Yes, sir.
I didn't think that was going to work.
Viene los latinos. Ahora vamos a competir con el corillo. Dime, pa'l Callao.
Let's go. Warriors versus Tres Cuarto. Here we go. So the Snot Rocket, Brett LaSala on the left-hand side. Number 2 qualifier, 6:55, 2:06. Taking on Wonder Bread, Keith Ray out of Derry, Pennsylvania. His 04 Mustang Cobra, number 1 at 6:50 with a 6. Oh, by the way, when you folks did the wave out there, that was actually shown live on FloRacing.
Everybody here at World Cup, you are now famous. You are officially famous. We're going to do this again, though. We're definitely going to do this again. Go ahead, Fabo. What we got?
We got Brett LaSala, Keith Ray out.
Vamos allá, Monchi González desde Guayanilla y Jesús y Chinito lo están esperando en el área de la torre, por favor. Monchi González de Guayanilla, Jesús y Chinito lo están esperando en el área de la torre.
Here we go, Brett LaSala, Keith Ray getting weak. Keith Ray put it in the 40 for the first time. Let's go. Nope, strikes the tire. LaSala picked up the front wheels. He's sticking with it and was sticking with it. He'll lift. He'll stay number 2 spot. And Keith Ray, really, I think he took a shot at that one and it just didn't work out for him. He'll stay numbers 1 and 2. But how about this guy, Cletus McFarland? Over on the left-hand side of the racetrack, the mullet out of Braden in Florida, and the BTM racing machine, Bill Cole, the 02 Pontiac Trans Am. But real quick question, how many fans out there want to see the Trans Am win this race? Where are my Cletus McFarland fans at out there? All right. All right, so we got a lot of Cletus McFarland fans out there. It is going to be a good matchup. Cletus, number 7 right now at 675, 178. Bill Cole. On the right-hand side, the Pontiac Trans Am, number 8 at 676 at 210.
Is that called the mullet?
The mullet. Cletus has a bunch of race cars out there, and about half of them I cannot repeat the names of.
That's like me in XDA, huh?
Pretty much. With Fondant. Here we go. They're in. There goes Cletus. There goes Cletus. Top end corner mount Cletus. 661, 217 miles an hour for Cletus McFarland.
My.
Got to be more careful. ¡Qué a rayo! 661, gente. Oye, 217 millas, ese carro para llevar las flores de los muertos no está malo, ¿viste? Va a llegar bien rapidito al entierro en la camino. 661, 217 millas, se coloca en la posición número 5.
Can be flown without permission of Maryland International Raceway or Miller Brothers Productions. If you have a drone that has not been authorized, you better land it now, or if we find it, we will confiscate it. Frank K. Racing. The right side, Toronto, Ontario, Canada. The GTR. Where are my GTR fans at? Where are my Pontiac fans at? Here we go. Here we go. Here comes Couchman. The GTR is running away from him. Top end of the racetrack, 745 to a 773. And Wayne Gopshis will not qualify.
Is this a Chevy versus Chevy matchup?
It is. Oh, boy.
López Connection, Willy Monster, WhatsApp, tírame WhatsApp, escríbeme WhatsApp, escríbeme.
Hey, Fabo, I like to pick me up. Give me the pick me up truck.
Here we are. Blair, who drove a truck here this afternoon? Who drove a truck here? Who wants to see that 56 Bel Air go 200 miles an hour?
Yeah, I want to see that.
I'd love to see that. Right now he's 731, 193. Jason Unch, 17, 699, 5, 186. Here they go, the Pro Rat. Having issues. Goes back in the throttle, passes the truck. And look at the truck maybe pulling over down in front of the racetrack. Neither one can improve on the qualifying time. But I'll tell you what, looking at our monitor up here, that is one clean looking 56 Bel Air.
Oh, absolutely. And the pick me up truck definitely picked me up for sure.
Here we go, our next pair.
Not the Viper, baby.
Oh, you like the Viper?
Ese Viper está en la madre lindo, papá, por el carril derecho. Coche bomba por el carril izquierdo. Dímelo, Ganso Performance. Dímelo, Coco, Ganso Performance. La gente de LA Rusile enviándole saludos a la gente de J Marie Racing. Los duros sellados de techo, papá.
Alrighty, so here we go. El Coche Bamba, South Amboy, New Jersey. Ned's Viper, so it's El Coche Bamba from South Amboy, New Jersey. Now, I tried to say the whole thing, and that I tried.
You're trying. I'm giving it. You're doing all right.
Ned Duffy out of Roswell, Georgia. Coche Bomba.
El Coche Bomba.
Of course, Vaughn gets it on the first try.
Adios, Pios.
Alrighty, so here we go. Estevez on the left, Dumpy on the right. It's Import versus the Mazda. Who has the Corolla winning this one?
Right side of the racetrack, that's going to be the V10 Viper, Ned Dunphy. El Coche Bamba coming up here left side of the racetrack. The 87 Corolla, 2JZ power. It's the U.S. there right side. And the left side, that's going to be the Import. There's issues there for the GTR. And here comes the Corolla. Doing a little driving out there is going to be Estevez. Here comes the Viper. And up in smoke will be Estevez. Top end, 896 with a 2,178. 1040 with a 6. Both drivers right now still in the field, though, Fabian.
And I can't believe what happened to that Dumpy and the Viper. Stage and it went a little too far for him, and he went into a deep stage. I think kind of spooked him a little bit, so he was a little hesitant about leaving early, but he's still in the 23rd spot right now.
You know, he smoked the tires on the hit. Actually, it looks like we're looking at it. He did both, so we're both right.
Okay.
So,
which ran the both of us. Here we go.
Fair.
Don Irma, Jamil Negron out of Allentown, Pennsylvania, in the 85 RX-7, number 19 right now at 702, 198.
Masterpiece.
They call this Masterpiece.
So instead of bringing the Don Irma machine, they actually brought Masterpiece instead, and that's the vehicle there, left side of the racetrack. Sitting to his right, El Cocolizo, Carlos Bolzano, the S300 here, 2JZ power. As everybody's happy up in here. Apparently, I said it very right. The Pepe Loco Racing Team here, right side of the racetrack. Currently sitting 11th and 19th here in the field. Get those like, hey Higgins, I see you.
Vamos allá, duelo de 2JC. 2JZ Master P. Coco Lizo. Pepe Loco Technology en la casa.
Go.
Carrerita buena, cualificando número 11 el derecho, cualificando 19, buscando entrar el game, carril izquierdo.
Here we go. 674, 202 for Montano, the 689 at 203, both of them in the sixes. New personal best there for Demil Negron on the left side. 689, 203 miles an hour. I tell you what, I would love to know just exactly an hour on average how many personal bests we set here at the World Cup Finals each year.
Wow, nuevo récord para Master P, nuevo récord personal con vete de Morovis. Yamil Negrón se la dejó caer y de qué manera, papá. Vamos arriba.
Here we go.
Vamos allá, Caneca Racing por el carril izquierdo. Cynthia Star por el carril derecho. Vamos arriba, Camilo Baboni. En los controles, José Méndez, RD en la casa.
Caneca Racing coming up, Jose Mendez on the course line side. Cynthia Starr coming up with an Napa lane. Rilo Velez here on the Napa side. The 1982 Starlet 13B Series power sitting out in front. Number 12 and 18 qualifiers here. As right now, both these drivers going to be in the field. Still a couple drivers outside looking in. We'll see if they're going to be able to make it or not. As we are clean and green and wheels up start there for the right side. And both drivers having issues on the run there. As the left side of Mendez out of it early, 768 with a 6. That car started getting a little squirrely right around the 1,000-foot mark. And Valdez ends up aboard the run just a hair earlier.
Oye, ya tú sabes, el convete de Morovis siguen celebrando. El convete de Morovis siguen celebrando. Están de doble celebración. Ya tú sabes, ya que el Yesue R7 estableció el récord de 6-7. Y su hijo Enrique Yesue, papá, número 1 en el ranking en tenis de mesa, papá. Enrique Yesue, orgullo boricua. Así que están de doble celebración los muchachos del Yesue.
Boris Rojas will make a solo run here, the 88 RX-7.
All right, so folks, for any class that's completed the final qualifying session, we will announce when the ladders are ready. We have to go over a couple of things to make sure everything's A-okay on those, so we will announce when ladders are available. We do appreciate your patience.
Boris Rojas, the RX-7, sitting in the 25th spot, currently with 718.7 at 195. We'll see what 13B Series power will be able to do here. As it looks like it has a hood strapped back to the back glass. I think this thing actually came out last time. We'll see if it stays in here. Puffs of smoke there right around the 330. And he will coast on down to an 826.8 at 118.
Dímelo Guñi Fat, por ahí activo también Guñi Fat, bien juqueado, mojito, activado. El duro de los index. Así que ya me invito, gente, ya me dicen que ya en breve van a tirar la aprobación de cómo va a estar el ladder en la ronda eliminatoria para mañana. Así que pendiente.
So we'll be okay here. Jimmy Posey right side.
Negro G4, pasar por los carriles donde López Connection. Negro G4, donde López Connection a los carriles.
go. Eden Racing on the right side. Jimmy 31st, 764. He's in danger. There are some heavy hitters that are not qualified right now. But he's hanging on by.
So Jimmy Posey, right side, sitting 35th of the field as that car's going to strike the tires, but he's going to be able to pedal a little bit. Will be able to better the 764.5. Top of the racetrack, Jimmy Posey, 773.2. So he's going to stay in the 31st spot here. A 764.9 is going to be the bump as they currently run. And that is still the Zagas machine of Jose Garcia. Speaking of which, here he comes left side of the racetrack. Zagas Jose Garcia, the 1980 starlet out of Puerto Rico, 13B Series power with Faster Motorsports and Bravo Oils on board here as he sits on that bump spot, as I was saying, 764, the 970 miles an hour. Carlos De Leon, right side of the racetrack, the 71 Datsun out of St. Cloud, Florida. This 13B Series power, number 17 in the field right now. He's pretty much a lock into the field, and I don't think he has anything to worry about.
Vamos allá, High RPM por el carril derecho de León Wildcat, las Sagas por el carril izquierdo. Carrerón en la madre. High RPM ahora en la posición número 17. Tienen que apretar. Respaldo de la gente del Cinchorro en Guabate, respaldando High RPM.
De Leon right side, Garcia left side. Lights are going out, and here we go. Here comes Garcia. Here comes De Leon, top of the racetrack. De Leon on a pass, and at the finish line, 7:04 with a 3 and a 7:86.1. Neither driver going to really be improving here. As if anybody is missing a phone, one has been turned in here to race control. Again, if anybody's missing a phone, one has been turned into race control. As I need 5 and 6 shoot up, please. 5 and 6 shoot up. As I need Daryl Lucas. Daryl Lucas to race control, please. Daryl Lucas to the tower. Again, Daryl Lucas to race control.
Vamos allá, Gallito Racing por el carril izquierdo. Nelson Gallito. Ilvin Sáez. Kerry Pro, el Duque, Wilber, Gaby Chassi. Carril derecho. César Sabino por el derecho en el GTR, papá, vamos arriba. Última ronda de cualificación en la categoría Warrior versus 3/4 Boricua por el carril izquierdo.
Jessica Conrad, we also need you to race control, please. Jessica Conrad, we need you to the tower. Jessica Conrad to race control. There goes the Galito Racing machine. Issues there for Cesar Silvan as he'll stay in the 30th spot. Right now, he's still inside the field. How about a 689.8 there for the Sainz Montes machine? 73 Corolla finished off the hit there. Caesar 7 on the GTR makes it just about the 330 before he stops the car there. He'll stay in the 30th spot here in the final qualifier. Here 4, McLeod Racing Warriors versus Tres Gordo.
Dímelo, Gallito, dímelo, Gallito. Dímelo, Gallito, dímelo.
As here we go, Harley Quinn, Jose Morales, Napa side of the racetrack, the 81 Starlet out of Orlando, Florida. Currently sitting in the 22nd spot. Mitzi there, Juana Yanis, left side of the 81 Starlet. Both of these cars are with 13B Series power. Left side of Yanis sitting in that number 21 spot, 702 with an 8. Jose Morales, 705 with a 3.
Vamos ya a la Mixi con Juanchi y Llano por el izquierdo. La Harley Quinn en la posición número 22 por el derecho. Esto está bueno, gente. Esto está bueno.
Mitzi versus Harley Quinn. There they go. Look at them go. Top end, quarter mile. What's it going to be? Top end, 697 to a 704.
I don't see a parachute there for the Harley Quinn machine. Oh, there it is. Ooh, that was a late pull there for the parachute.
Vamos allá, poderoso el burnout para el López Connection y la Sarita, la sandunguera. Ambos de Corozal en la casa. Vamos arriba. Willy Monster T-shirt con el López Connection. Vamos allá. Harold Gómez en los controles. Baldo Chassi en los ajustes. La Sarita, la sandunguera con Mikey Performance. Betún Performance en los controles. Don Frappé, Don Maceta. Somos de aquí Racetrack respaldando a la Sarita.
As Harold Gomez, right side of the racetrack, the 74 Datsun out of San Juan, Puerto Rico, sitting here in the number 8 spot. He ran a 675 with a 2:2:05 for his best pass so far. La Sarita, left side of the racetrack there, the 1980 Starlet out of Puerto Rico. He is currently sitting in the 21st spot. Rafael Fuentes will get ready to send this Starlet down this racetrack. Driving up from St. Cloud, Florida, but hails from Puerto Rico. This pre-stage beam's going to come on here for both drivers. Fuentes rolling in first, Gomez in second. Lights are going down, and here we go. Both drivers right on those wheelie bars. Dancing and diving out there, top of the racetrack. A little bit of smoke, 669 with a 4. For La Sarita. How about that run? That thing will go to the number 7 spot.
Wow, La Sarita dándole tutazo a López Connection. 669. 669 para La Sarita.
As outside looking at Jesus Melendez here on the Coors Light side of the racetrack. 2 JZ Power out of Puerto Rico. The 83 Starlet. Maquetto, he's on the outside right now.
Here we go. Jesus Melendez, his last shot. Get in. He has to go quicker than 54 and to get in.
Vamos allá, Jailian Racing, 2JC por el carril izquierdo. Chupate que los controles, vamos a ver. Gaby Chassi lo ajuste al Pro Racing.
Jesus Melendez needs a Hail Mary type of run in order to be able to make the show. Right now the bump spot is still going to be Jose Garcia, the Zagas machine, in the 32nd spot.
So between Jesus Melendez or Jose Garcia, one of their dreams of winning the World Cup will end now.
Melendez going to roll into the pre-stage in the full lights. He's going to be leaving here. It's going to be a good one here. Top of the racetrack for the Starlet. It's going to be a 69 at 199. The Starlet's going to make the field. And how about a statement pass into the 13th spot?
Dímelo Arturo Cartagena, dímelo Arturo. Se mete en el juego la Jailian en la posición número 13 con 684. 199 millas, papá. Se ranqueó 2JZ automática, papá. Dímelo la Al Pro Racing, dímelo Arturo, dímelo Arturo, dímelo Arturo. Le roncaste bien duro, ¿oíste, Arturo? Le roncaste duro, ¿oíste? Tu verle mal, Arturo.
As we're hearing update of water, or at least cleanup in the shutdown. You kind of see it coming off the car there. As track prep will be underway here. Next category we're going to have coming out here, that'll be JPC Racing Street Fighter. I'll tell you what, Fabian, this has been a great final qualifier so far. As that is going to be water up at the top of the racetrack is what I'm hearing. So we'll roll the blowers down there, get that dried off real quick as we continue on with track prep here on the start line. As this quarter mile is dry,